How do you know if you're a high achiever? Well, firstly, you're probably terrible at acknowledging your own successes. Great at doing it for other people, very hard to do it for yourself. And secondly, you're already planning to, or shortly will be planning to, set some goals for 2026. Now, before you do that, I invite you to watch this video and do this one thing differently instead. My name is Josh. I'm a life coach, and I've been running the 5 a.m. challenge for many years, helping people set goals, helping people celebrate, and I've attracted some very high achieving types, as you can imagine, with a title like the 5 a.m. challenge. Yes, we do get up at 5 a.m. For a number of years, though, I've been running this workshop, and one of the problems that I've seen over and over for high achievers is, one, they carry a lot of stress. They're almost always very, very motivated, but they tend to carry a lot of stress. And what happens is they achieve things and then they feel like it's not enough. And as soon as they accomplish something, they're immediately thinking about, what am I going to accomplish next? A phrase, moving the goalpost, comes to mind if that resonates for you. Now, it's really good for helping them get stuff done. And from an outward perspective, they're really successful. But on the inside, there's a quiet voice that whispers, it's not enough. It's never enough. And the result is they don't feel successful. And so they're working so hard, they're taking on all this stress, but they don't feel successful. Now, oftentimes the next year comes around and they motivate themselves and they get excited. Okay, this year's gonna be different. I'm gonna try harder. I'm gonna work harder. I just need to be more focused this year. And what's really happening is the high achievers have a secret that I've learned and I'm going to spill right now. And that is they tend to be their own worst critic. And one of the secrets, how they motivate themselves so much, is they believe that they are not going to be worthy or successful or safe unless they achieve a lot, significantly more than anyone else. And so they have this voice in there saying, it's never enough, you're not enough, and some version of that. And what ends up happening is it really motivates them to take action. They don't want to rest or relax for even a second because that voice is going to get the better of them. Now, the problem with this, where it starts to, beyond just the stress, it starts to actually negatively affect performance, because what happens is high achievers are reluctant to look at what didn't work. Let's zoom in on this for a second, because on the surface, they're really great at taking feedback. Show me what I didn't do well so I can improve. But if you look a little closer at what's going on, they often have short answers like, oh, I just need to work harder. I just didn't try hard enough. And often the analysis of what went wrong comes down to self-blame. I just didn't work hard enough. I just didn't try hard enough. And the problem with that is it's not really true. See, we're always working as hard as we can on the things that are most important to us, but they miss understanding what was so important to them. And so not only are they burning themselves out with the stress, but they're also not being as effective with their time as they can. They get so busy in survival mode and just trying to do more, they don't work on the right things. And when it comes time to set goals, it ends up making goals every year a more and more stressful thing, because there's all this pressure to just try harder, to focus better, to be more disciplined. So if you catch yourself saying those kind of things about 2026, I'm just gonna be more focused, I'm gonna be more disciplined, I'm gonna work harder, it's gonna be better, 95% chance that you're falling into this bucket and you're probably falling into this trap. And so what is the solution? Well, I've started offering this workshop for the last few years, and the workshop helps high achievers to get in a state of high confidence by celebrating their wins in a structured, proven way. And once they're feeling the appreciation and gratitude and the clarity from seeing what their efforts have yielded over this last year, because I promise you, if you're following along with this video so far, I promise you, you've achieved some things this year. I've seen it so many times. People come in and say, I didn't achieve anything, this year sucked. And then when we do the reflection, they're like, holy crap, I actually achieved a lot. It just might not be what you expected. And it also might be what you expected because, like I said earlier, we have a tendency to move the goalpost. We take away the credit from our own win. We say, oh, no, that wasn't a real win. I'll celebrate when I achieve this next big thing. So the purpose of this workshop is to have a way to celebrate wins, get into a state of peak confidence. And with that confidence, take a look at the facts. without the fluff, without the trying to pump your tires, without the stress of trying to put the past behind you because it's shameful, because, oh, it wasn't that great. I know I can do better. Put all that stuff aside. Put the emotions aside for a second and just take a look at what really happened. And if you take a look at what really happened, you're going to learn some things about you. And these are going to be some of the best lessons you've ever learned in your life. When you take a whole year of patterns and you slow down and you look at it from this neutral lens where you've already celebrated, you're confident, this isn't your self-worth on the line. And if you don't resonate with self-worth, if that's too deep for you, no sweat. You can just look at it simply as stress. If you're stressed about performance and you feel like I need to perform, those words, I need or I should, then you're likely falling into the trap. So what you're going to do here in this workshop is you're going to walk away with clarity. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to turn those insights into a one-page report. So we're going to go through the structured way of celebrating your wins. I promise you, you will feel a new sense of confidence and calm about your year and a sense of pride that you didn't expect. I've seen it so many times. And then with that new sense, you're going to have a genuine excitement because you're going to see what you did do well. It's going to motivate you and you're going to naturally want to do more. But Josh, if I celebrate my wins, aren't I going to get complacent? Aren't I just going to do nothing and be lazy? See, that is the lie of this self-sabotaging pattern. And it's the reason why high achievers get so burnt out, they get stressed, and they miss the obvious signs around them because they're so busy trying to rush into solving the next problem. No, what happens is when you celebrate your wins and you feel great, you naturally want to create more of that feeling. Look, I ask you, who is the most successful softball player? Is it the kid who is terrible at softball and beats themselves up to get improved? Or is it the kid who, from the first time they ever hit a softball, got cheered on by everyone and did a great job? Both can do well. But I'll tell you, the kid who had a success early on identifies as a great softball player, and they're going to ask for every opportunity to swing at the ball, to get in front of, to have opportunities to play because they feel good about themselves. They naturally want to. They don't have to motivate themselves to do it. It's just what they want to do because they believe they're good at it. And so if you can look at what you're actually good at this year, it's going to motivate you. And not only that, your effort is going to be more aligned with your zone of genius. I can't stress enough how valuable the learnings are from this. And then if you fast forward 10 years, imagine you do this one-page report. You have a one-page piece of paper that summarizes everything you achieved this year, what you were trying to do, and one or two sticking points or lessons that you learned. Imagine after 10 years being able to look back at this data and see the trends. Look, that is something that almost nobody has, and it's going to set you apart. It's going to make you part of the 0.01%, and it's something super valuable that there's no way to get other than to do this work. So taking a look at who you are today and who you've been this last year is a fleeting moment. I invite you, if you're watching this video, it means that I or someone that I trust believes in you and thinks this is a great idea for you that can change your life. And I suggest you take the recommendation and you join this group. I have a limited number of spots and I'm reserving them for people, a handful of people I personally invite and the networking community of the people that I trust and work most closely with. So if you're getting this invite, I strongly recommend that you take that sign and you jump on it. There are no coincidences. This is going to be a great workshop, and I hope that you're there. If you'd like more information, contact the person that sent you this video, and we'll see about getting you signed up for one of those spots. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of 2025. Cheers.